Last year, this grant, it's called the First Down Program, came out with Rhode Island Housing, and it was used up. It fueled the economy. It helped so many homeowners get into their homes that may otherwise wouldn't have been, and now it's back. And I am so super excited. I hope that this fuels the market. I hope it gets buyers excited, realtors excited. I think there's a good buzz going on right now.
Ashley, is this more for first-time home buyers or not necessarily?
Yeah, so let me give you the details. So it is $7,500 towards a down payment.
That's a lot of money.
For first-time home buyers. Now, you had asked earlier, what is a first-time home buyer? And that is someone that hasn't owned a home for 3 years.
Wait a second. So if I owned a house before and sold my house and lived in my mom's basement for 3 years, or we're renting for 3 years, or we're away in the military for 3 years, I could come back and be a first-time buyer?
Correct. So it's first-time home buyers. It is for people that are purchasing in Warwick, Cranston, Pawtucket, Providence, and Woonsocket. Okay.
And
so
why
it's very,
those
very
areas?
limited.
In those areas,
Because?
it's based on the census and some research and data. East Providence was included last year. They did remove it, unfortunately, but when they're looking at who used it, these are the towns that had the majority of the loans closing. There's a little bit more that people should know, too. So it is to first-time home buyers, there's income limits. So if you have a household of 2 people, which would be anyone who is 18 or older that's earning income, the income limit is just around $93,000 and change.
Oh, there is limits again?
There are,
Okay.
yep. And if you have a 3+ household, it's about 107 and change.
What
so
if you have
to be under.
What if it's a one person?
The 93 or under. Okay.
Oh, I mean, $93,000, you can get qualified for like $400,000.
Yeah, and let's talk about this. So a lot of people will say, okay, can I use the $7,500 and do a non-Rhode Island housing loan? No, it has to be in conjunction with a Rhode Island Housing First mortgage.
Okay.
It can be used with FHA, which is a 3.5% down payment. It can be conventional, which is a 3% down payment, or even a 203K mortgage.
And it could be a townhouse, a condominium, a rental, a 2-family, a 1-family.
Yep, 1 to 4 units, owner-occupied and approved condos, okay? And so a lot of people will say, well, you know what, if I buy a house at 150 and 3% is, 5 and change, well, we can still use the $7,500.
Yeah.
So that might give you more of a down payment than the 3%. So we're always maxing out at $7,500.
Definitely.
And by the way, guys, you can still do another closing cost loan, so you don't have to come up with closing costs out of pocket too. So really, your investment into this property is
amazing.
nothing. So the $7,500, it is free money. There is a small caveat, everyone. So you have to live in the house as an owner-occupant for 5 years. If you sell it, let's say you are a mobile buyer, because people, leave every 2.7 years.
In Rhode Island,
Do I think it's the end of the world? No. So what happens is you pay back that $7,500 on a sliding scale. So if you're in the house for 5 years, it's 100% forgiven. So you never make a payment on it. It's 0% interest.
Okay.
You don't owe any money. However, let's say you sell it in year 3 because you want to move to Vegas. Okay. You would pay about 60% of that back, which I'm not blinking an eye, because if you had a mortgage for no money down, you'd have to pay that back anyway. So
Absolutely.
again, do I ever really freak out about it? No. Use the money now. Also, if you're putting down 20%, that doesn't mean you can't still use $7,500 of free money.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that it's just for the person that wants to do no money down.